Good morning, friends. It's time for the uh, trade plan for 16th of uh, June 2020. Now, as we come in today, the US markets, the futures were down yesterday, 950 to 1,000 points, and the US markets closed higher. For those of you who see data, all of FII data was negative. Today in the morning, SGX is up almost 180 points. So, who was positive yesterday? So the issue has become that on a day on day basis, to say where the market will go tomorrow is beyond the capability of mere mortals. Yesterday we heard stories. India has exponential rise of cases. There is second wave in the US. All that has become zero today. Okay. So what do we do here? And this is a question I am asking myself also. You have moves of 200, 250 points on any given day, and the market gaps on you. So let me say this unequivocally that predicting the next swing is extremely difficult. So for the foreseeable future, let me now tell you what I am thinking about. Basically, I think that this is a swinging market. Now, what is a swinging market? Let me explain to you. See, everything is just a perception finally. Okay. This is swing one. Let me see if I can get any sort of trend line. Okay. This is swing two. This is swing three. This is swing four. And this is swing five. So I would think that we are going to start this swing. Now, what is the issue? People were expecting this to happen. So if you could see this sort of a swing panning out, only then it was possible to trade this market. Okay. So this is the trouble you have with this market. People are expecting trends, but the market is creating swings. So the downswing was over on that gap down day, the 300-point gap down. And in my view, 95.50, 96.50 will not get crossed today. Now, coming back to the same question, what do we do in this kind of a market? Because, timing it is extremely difficult. How do you play it on a swing basis? My sense would be that today you will be getting past both Friday's high and yesterday's high. And then from there, you put like a 9900 stop and, play the swing going above 10,000. Or you get on to the 5-minute chart and play the congestions as they occur. But let's be clear that it is a very, very difficult thing to do. And I have no qualms of, accepting that. I don't want to tell you that I am the great forecaster. People will tell you 5 things, and when one of them happens, it'll be, I told you so. I am not interested in that game. So let me show you what we could have done yesterday. Let's pick out our favorite rectangle. This is congestion 1. Okay. This could be another congestion. So from this congestion, you could have broken on the upside. From this congestion, you could have broken on the downside. Taking any one of these 3 trades could have been worthwhile. Were they easy to take? I don't think so. But they could have been taken. That is what practice and doing something again and again and again means, that you basically have to, get one of these trades per day right. Now let's look at the Bank Nifty chart. This is Bank Nifty. Again, out here, what sort of congestion was visible? Now, you see, you have to realize that you have to wait for these congestions to develop. You have a small congestion even here. And this is the congestion from which we are going to break out today. Now let me give you the levels for the day. On the Nifty, we have support zone around 96.91 to 97.52, resistance zone from 9872 to 99.35. Now we are going to open above all of these zones. So what do? You wait for a decline into this resistance zone, and then possibly you try to take the trade. Taking, or rather chasing, upside may not be the best idea. We are all aware that 99.30 to 99.50 is a strong support. So if we come down there, that is the place to get in. On the Bank Nifty, support comes in at 19,485 to about 19,698, and resistance comes in at 20,124 to about 20,337. As far as I am concerned, both on Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, we are starting an upswing, and today is the first day of that upswing. So chances are today, whatever gap you get, you will get follow through. There are shorts in the system. Financials have very heavy duty shorts, so expect short covering on financials. Okay, now back to the question: how do we trade large swings on the indices? See, the Bank Nifty, if you have to demarcate the swings, how do you do that? The zero segment. Swing 1, swing 2, swing 3, swing 4, swing 5, and today we are starting out the next swing, which could be this way. So I would think the Bank Nifty, the Nifty, have both bottomed out, and the financial like Bajaj Finance, Axis Bank, etc., everything that was looking weak till yesterday is now going to move higher. So basically, uh, you know, for the moment, the moment we start to uh, come down, people start to have visions of 7,500. I think personally, the mistake most of us are making is that we are expecting trends in a swinging market. And till we don't, get the right perception of the market, we will not be able to look at this correctly. Now, let me look at the S&P 500 chart, because this is what is driving us whether or not we like it. Again, S&P has turned from the support zone that we had marked out. So if we draw a line which came down here, this was what I showed you over the weekend in terms of the support zone. So we have reversed from this support zone. Again, this is some kind of a swinging market. So we have one swing which went from this place to this place. Okay, we draw this again. And again, like the Nifty, we should expect some sort of a upswing to develop from here. So this is broadly the perception I have of the way the markets are turning out. So today post the open, the idea should be to buy. Today, I think US futures are up 300 points. So everything is sort of lining up. The worst thing to do is try to predict in this market without, creating any sort of theme. So the idea has to be that we have to basically need to have a perception and then, uh, you know, prepare a trajectory that we think that the market is likely to take. Don't be too hard on yourself. Chances are many people are unable to forecast these sort of swings, and you can only get onto them once they happen. So that should be it. Take care, trade well, and please consult your financial advisor.